There's been a strong link between the zoo population and the zoo breeding program of red pandas and field conservation for a number of years now. We have a global breeding population of red pandas, which is coordinated centrally and covers all the red pandas housed in the United States, Europe, Japan, Australasia, and India. And that group organization is called the Global Species Management Plan, and we are partnered with Red Panda Network. The global population is stable and both demographically and genetically. We have about 600 Fulgens red pandas and about 300 to 400 Steyer's red pandas housed in zoos around the world. So zoos benefit, of course, naturally from the data that your experts collect. Information on animals in the field helps us with deciding how best to house and keep our red pandas. It also provides information which we can pass on to the general public in the form of education. It may be less easy for most of you to see how zoos might benefit field research and conservation. But as I said, we have two viable populations of red pandas that have never been interbred, that should at some stage in the future animals be required for reintroduction or restocking, there is this reserve population. We also have a very important role in awareness. Today, many hundreds of zoos around the world will also be celebrating International Red Panda Day with us and telling this, providing their visitors with an extra information or educational display on red pandas. And this, of course, links with fundraisings as awareness increases in zoos in the West, certainly in the Western countries. We are getting more money coming in for red panda conservation, not only from the zoos and their public, but also because zoos have links to regional funding agencies. And as an example of this, the Swedish postcode lottery via one of the zoos in Europe is funding the construction of a conservation and sustainability education centre in Nepal. And we also can help in another way in research and education. We have, for example, we can use our experience to, or our facilities to try out approaches on red pandas that you don't want to try out in the field. The collars used in Nepal were tried out in the red pandas in Rotterdam Zoo before they were used in Nepal. We can also help look at various aspects of behaviour. Although captivity does have an impact on behaviour, it does not change it totally. And some things we can investigate at close contact, close approximation, which you can't do in the field. We have, for example, a lot of information on maternal care in the nest, which I think in the field would be very difficult to collect. Also, with regard to the two species or subspecies, we now have an awful lot of data from zoos, which in the past we considered showed a degree of variation between two subspecies. As we now reanalyze it, we can see that there is some clear differences between Steyer's and the Himalayan red panda. And the final area we can help with is with veterinary information and trying out vaccines if that should ever become necessary. We know the diseases that red pandas are particularly susceptible to. And I think from captivity to the wild, the most important one is canine distemper, which is as lethal to red pandas as it is, for example, to black-footed ferrets, and is something which I think field conservation is not paying enough attention.